Before the official release of EAFC 24, we had leaks, many leaks which were built up over a long period of time. We're talking months. But despite all of this, not every single leak ended up being true. So today, we're going to be going through every single confirmed leak for Ultimate Team. Firstly, the big one, Evolutions. During the leaks, this was actually called Foot Academy, but the premise still remains exactly the same. The whole idea is that you would be able to upgrade players, take them as their low rated card, play matches, complete objectives, and then upgrade them. We do somewhat have a similar mechanic in game, except it actually has to be done through the tab of objectives. And with this, once you complete one, you will be given an upgraded version of that exact same card where you will need to complete more challenges to get a higher upgraded version of that exact same card. Once you complete everything, you could potentially have 3 versions of the exact same player, but them all being different ratings. This time with Evolutions, it's different. The objectives are stuck with the card, and it's said that it is going to be based on a requirement. EA will put out a requirement that players within a certain range for their rating, within a league or even a position, will be able to be used, because not every player within the game will be part of Evolutions. They will not all be upgradable. But with this, you'll be able to upgrade their ratings, their stats, change their positions, and even change their playstyles, which we will talk about a bit later. The very first leaks of this, being called Foot Academy, did also say that you would be able to upgrade and then trade players, but of course it's EA, and that isn't going to happen. It's said currently, although still not 100% confirmed, but let's be real, because it is EA, it's incredibly likely that this is going to be the layout where you will upgrade the player, and the second that you do, they will become untradeable. But the good news is that even if they're untradeable, you should still be able to own them, which does mean you could potentially use them in SBCs. Next up, we need to talk about women. Women are finally coming to Ultimate Team. And as far as I can tell, with all the leaks that we did get months ago, they are 100% true. They have now been confirmed. Women will not be getting their own separate game mode, they will be within Ultimate Team in itself. I think that this is a smart choice from EA because, well, they do mess up quite a lot. And for them to manage 2 separate game modes at the exact same time based on a very similar topic is just going to be painful. The only slight difference I can tell looking back from the previous leaks is that it isn't just women coming to Ultimate Team and having their own cards, but of course they're going to be part of everything. They're going to have their own hero cards, they're going to have their own icons, they'll be part of every single major promo. Although there is a difference between the amount of leagues available for women compared to what there is for men. So there may be some promos where there just isn't as many cards for women, or they may even just skip them. But that is yet to be seen. They'll be part of every single pack that you open and will have their very own SBCs, with there also being its own content. When you go into friendlies, there's likely to be game modes every now and then, as well as objectives every now and then, which require you to play with a full team of women. Likewise, a full team of men. Next up, we need to talk about heroes and icons. There will obviously be new cards. Heroes have already been confirmed. We're not going to be going through every single one because there's quite a lot of new ones, mixed between men and women. Some that have stood out to me and the ones that I want to play with is Carlos Tevez, Wesley Schneider, Dimitar Berbatov, Vincent Kompany, and also Ramirez. As for icons, still there hasn't been anything officially confirmed, although there are loads of leaks going around as of right now saying that certain players will be icons. Yet again, both male and female players will be involved with this. One detail about icons which has more or less been confirmed is a new chemistry system. Well, it actually goes back to an old chemistry system. Back in FIFA 22, icons would give chemistry to other players that they would link to, but with the change to chemistry within FIFA 23, where no links were actually present on the pitch and players could link wherever, weirdly, icons lost that ability. That ability is now coming back in EAFC 24, where icons would give chemistry to other players. They don't have to have the same nationality, and of course they're not going to have the same league, considering icons count as their very own separate league. It just means that if you put an icon in a team, they will give chemistry to the other players for a +1 league boost, which certainly helps with what you're able to build with teams. For example, with Foot Draft, It's very difficult for you to build a team where there's 2 leagues, plus on top of that, you have icons in there. If you're really trying to maximize on chemistry so that you can get that boost for your players, it's very difficult because icons would not give any chemistry unless they had the exact same nationality. It's a small thing, but it certainly helps. And that's also the same with the next lot of features, because there will no longer be a position change modifier within EAFC. Now it's the case of you just being able to select a player and move them to the position which is going to be their preferred or their alternative position, which should hopefully yet again help into FUT Draft. Ever since FUT Draft was first added to the game, you really couldn't do anything. If you had a formation which gave you a right mid and left mid, but you ended up getting a left wing or right wing on the bench, you can't put them into the correct position without you losing chemistry. This would either be the system before, which would give you a max of 6 chemistry if he was able to go and get direct links, but in FIFA 23, it meant that you could get 0 constantly. There would be no way that you would be able to increase this because they are out of position. That has now changed with EAFC 24 because you would just be able to select the player and tell them to be within their alternative position so that you can instantly change it. Another thing that you'll be able to change with players is playstyles. Now in the original leaks, these were just called traits. But even with the name change to what we originally heard, it still sounds like they're going to play out the same. Playstyles are set qualities that you'll be able to add to players. These playstyles have already been confirmed of which ones are within the game, and there's a total of 34, each benefiting different types of players in different key areas. But by adding this to your player would improve them in that area. So maybe they're able to score more finesse shots outside the box, more power within their shots, whatever it may be. And this will make them better within game, hopefully add more depth to your team. What's real interesting is that this does also link to evolutions, which is what we mentioned at the start of this video. As you upgrade players, you'll also be able to upgrade players' playstyles, eventually taking them from a playstyle to a playstyle plus. And a playstyle plus is the exact same thing. It will still give you a benefit within a key area, but now it's going to be much more enhanced. Next up, we have a nice, simple and easy one. There'll be a claim all objectives button. A very small feature, but finally it has happened. This has actually been within the game for the longest time, but unfortunately it was only on the web app. And most players did not want to back out of Ultimate Team, close it down, only to go over to their PC, laptop, phone, whatever it may be, open up Ultimate Team to claim all objectives for them to then close that down and go all the way back over to their console. So it meant that most went through their objectives claiming each individually, which can certainly take some time, especially at the beginning of a new season, or for example, the start of Ultimate Team. You play a game, you end up completing 5 to 10 objectives quite easily, without even needing to look at them. So this should hopefully remove that tedious component of going through and claiming objectives because it'll be done for you. The card designs for EA Sports FC has already been revealed, and to be honest, there's parts which I like. I do like the new layouts, I do like the new design. Not a massive fan of having all of their stats on one single line at the bottom, but at the exact same time, I don't know where else that they can put it. But this is one of those things where every single year EA will make a change, and at first it does look kind of weird just because there is a change, and then after a couple weeks, not even that, you just get used to the design and it just becomes the norm. This year as well, there'll be more dynamic cards, there's going to be more card designs, and there's also going to be more promos, which also feeds into that previous point. And finally, the pack animation itself has also been revealed. This got leaked a few weeks back, and on screen right now, you're actually seeing a build up from footgraphics.com where it is actually a Photoshop document, but this is what you're able to see. This is what it will look like within game. What's really cool is that you can now have multiple walkouts, which is going to be a very special occasion. If you're able to get more than one player, which is above a certain rating or classes as a walkout within EAFC 24, you'll get the highest rated player first, which will then walk out. You'll see them on the card right in front of you, but if there's more than one, it will then spin. And what we've seen so far is two players as an example, one walking from the left, one walking from the right, and then a card spinning as both walk into the scene. I'll be interested to see what happens, especially in times such as team of the season, once we get to the end of the year, maybe even team of the year in itself, where people get extremely lucky and they're able to pack multiple walkouts where it's more than 2. If this just constantly keeps on spinning around and people just keep on walking out in a pack animation. Either way, I'm sure that there's going to be some ridiculous moments. And to add to these ridiculous moments, this year it has been somewhat confirmed, mainly revealed, leaked, but also backed heavily with quite a few images, is that you will be able to have multiple of the same player within packs if they have different versions of their card. What I mean by this, let's say, for example, Mbappe is going to be in game and he's going to have a high rated rare gold card. But let's also say that he performed really well and he managed to go and get a team of the week. And let's also say at the exact same time, team of the year has just been released. And he's also got a blue card in there. During this time, when you're opening packs, you have just as much of a chance as getting a rare gold as you do an inform, as you do a team of the year. They will all be available. It's not the case that because he has a special card being a team of the year and a team of the week, that his rare gold card is no longer in packs. They'll all be present and all be available. Which means one of 2 things. Firstly, some people are going to get extremely lucky and they're going to pack multiple Mbappes within the exact same pack, depending on him getting a rare gold card as well as any special cards which are available at the time, which is going to be ridiculous. But it also means some people are going to feel screwed over, especially during team of the year. If Mbappe does get a team of the year card and you manage to go and pack his rare gold card, although it's good, it's not going to be his team of the year, which is probably going to be valued 5 times, maybe 10 times as much. So this would be very interesting to see. But anyway, this is what has been confirmed so far. Going from some of the biggest features and new gameplay mechanics to some things which are slightly smaller and potentially frustrating. Let us know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.